I'm going to do the answer keys for this probably in a couple videos because it's going to be a pretty long video if I do it in one. You just need to pull up the review. Okay. So number one's asking us to convert from rectangular to polar. So I'm going to need a couple things. X equals, oops, sorry. That would be if we had polar and we're converting to rectangular. I want r equals x squared plus y squared. And then I want to use the tangent of theta equals y over x. So then I would solve that for theta by saying theta equals the inverse tangent of y over x. So those are the two things I'm going to use. Okay, so for the first one, it is 4, 4. I like to also just find out what quadrant we're in. So 4, 4 is approximately there. So I am saying that r equals the square root of 16 plus 16. So r equals root 32. And then now I need theta. So theta is inverse tangent of 4 over 4. So theta is going to be the tangent whose angle is 1. So that's either going to be 45 degrees or 135 degrees. So either pi over 4 or 5 pi over 4. So we know since it's in quadrant 1, it's pi over 4. So the coordinates we write as r theta. So it's going to be root 32 pi over 4. And actually that root 32 can simplify, right? That's 16 times 2. So it'll be 4 root 2 pi over 4. All right, the next one. Hold on a sec. Okay, so, excuse me, B is negative 2, 2 root 3. So that's going to be somewhere up here in quadrant 2. So r is going to be negative 2 squared plus 2 root 3 squared. So r is going to be 4 plus 12. R is the square root of 16. R is 4. The inverse, theta is the inverse tangent of 2 root 3 over negative 2. So theta is the inverse tangent of negative root 3. So that means that would be from a negative root 3 over 2 over 1 half is, whoops, I want to say, that is what angles, root 3 over 2 is the longer side, so the sign has to be longer, so that's like pi over 3, and since it's a negative, that's actually going to be 2 pi over 3, because that would make my x negative but my y positive, or it's going to be 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi over 3. Hold on. Okay, so since we knew that originally it was in quadrant 2, theta then would have to be the 2 pi over 3, so it's going to be 4, 2 pi over 3. Probably should do that. Okay, for C, it is 0, 8. So that's right there. And so I don't think we need the formulas on this guy, right? That length is 8. And the angle that it rotated would be pi over 2. D is 3.20, so that is here. The length is 3.2 and the angle is 0. So this one is 3.20. E is -8/5. -8/5. So that's over here in quadrant 3. So R equals -8/5 squared plus -8/5 squared. So that's going to be the square root of 64/25 plus 64/25, which is the square root of 128/25. So that's going to be the square root of 128 over 5, which is what, 60, the square root of 64 times 2 over 5. So that's going to be 8√2 over 5. That's my R. My inverse tangent of -8/5 over -8/5 is 1. So that occurs again where the tangent is 1. That's at pi over 4, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, and 5 pi over 4 because we add 180. So 5 pi over 4 is our winner. So it's 8√2 over 5, 5 pi over 4. And that's in polar. Then F is 0, -7. So that length there is 7. And that angle is 3 pi over 2.